So the UK's interest rates are the highest they have been in 20 years, and the stock market has taken a bit of a dip in the past few days. So I thought I'd do another Trading 212 portfolio update to show you the massive unrealized losses that I have at this point. This is going to be a much quicker update than usual, so I'm going to quickly glance over some of the companies. So as you can see, my portfolio isn't doing too well compared to what it was doing literally last week, and this is due to one risk that I've taken, which actually I do not regret, and I want to explain to you in this video. So because this is a quick update, I'm not going to go through all my companies, but you can quickly have a look. For example, Walt Disney is down by 17%, Vodafone is down by 20%, Vanguard All Cap is down by 6%. I'm going to come back to this one because this is the main one that I want to talk about, but Tesla is still up by 99%, but that has gone down since as well. So you can see over the past week, Tesla has seen a steady decline, so quite a significant decline actually. Starbucks down by 6% overall, Rolls-Royce down by 20%, and again over the past week, it hit a high and then started to go down again. So PayPal in my portfolio up by 6%, Orange down by 8%, Nvidia still up by 182%, but as you will see over the past week, even Nvidia has not been doing too well. So this comes as a result of the US not increasing the interest rates again, so staying steady. However, the Fed has said that they might start increasing interest rates later on, meaning that the worries of the stock market is still not yet over, especially with economies like the UK seeing inflation higher than ever, with last month's figures being the same as this month. But when we exclude things like the cheaper wholesale oil prices, inflation has actually gone up more. Nike is doing steady at 0.73%, National Grid up by 3.6%, Mercedes-Benz quite steady there, Lloyds Bank down by 17%, so this could actually be a potentially good time to buy into Lloyds Bank, especially because the dividend yield is very handsome at 5.49%. Royal Mail up by 1%, IAG down by 5%, H&M is up by a good 23%, GSK up by 7%, Direct Line Insurance down by 27%, Lufthansa is up by 2% in my portfolio, Carnival is a massive 58% up, BP down by 15%, BMW up by 7%, Aston Martin up by a massive 126%, Apple up by 24%, and even over the past week, Apple has been doing really well. Same with Amazon, up by 35%, Alphabet and AMD, they're all doing really well. So it's actually these companies in the S&P 500 that are actually taking up the value of the S&P 500. Everything else in the economy is still very much unknown. So last week I gave an update saying I took a risk. Instead of buying into the S&P 500, I started buying into the FTSE 250. And as a result, you can see that my investment hasn't really paid off, with a return of negative 6%, so that's a £251 loss in 1 week. Since going down, I have actually bought a few more shares because I wholeheartedly believe that the FTSE 250 is going to be a great investment into the future, especially as it's going down. I'm buying more and more because I do think it's going to recover, and I'm completely willing to wait it out and completely buy into the dip. The lower and lower it goes, I'm completely okay with that because I do think it's going to recover, especially because there are doubts over the UK economy. I think it's going to be better than ever time, personally, to keep buying into the FTSE 250, and maybe in a year or two it will recover back to levels seen before, which means we're looking at something like a 25% return, which is going to be really good. Now I also wanted to show you my ISA because for the first time it's actually below 20,000 since opening my ISA, and as you can see the return is negative £1,357, so that's a negative 6% return, which is actually really big. So because this is an ISA, I can't actually deposit any more money into this portfolio, meaning I'm pretty much stuck for this for probably a whole year, I would say, probably until it recovers. I can't actually keep dollar cost averaging into this because I can't actually put in more money. I really wanted to make this video to reiterate the fact that I actually do not at all regret my choice into investing into the FTSE 250, especially because it has gone down. If I invested instead into the S&P 500, which right now I do think is overvalued for the time period that we're currently in because of all the fears of interest rate increases, which I do think that the Fed will increase interest rates again, and then the S&P 500 will drop again, meaning that there'll still be time to buy into the S&P 500 in my opinion. But I think for something like the FTSE 250, the lower it goes, the more opportunities it has presented you to actually buy in for cheap, and when the price goes back up, when the value goes back up, you are going to get more on your return than you probably would have with the S&P 500. Also, the dividend yield is much higher than the S&P 500, and I did buy it before the ex-dividend date, so I am expecting around £1,000 in dividends anyway, so that's going to make up for some of the losses, and I'm going to completely reinvest that back into the company, which for me works out really well because now the company is a whole lot cheaper. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I will see you in the next video.